Hey there, and welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and if you're new here, thank you for watching. In today's live stream, we're discussing tutoring and any of the other topics that I've covered in the past few weeks and what I'm going to cover in the next coming weeks and months on ways for you to make money from home and online. If that interests you, make sure you stick around to the end. I'm here to answer any questions you have on this morning's video or any of the previous videos. So stick around. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. I hope you enjoy today's live stream. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to the show. My name is Andrew, and I'm here to help you build your brand, grow your audience, market your content, and make money. In today's live stream, we're covering tutoring and any of the previous videos that I've already done Q&A on, as well as the uploads. If you have any questions at all, by all means, please feel free to drop your questions into the live chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead, drop them down below, and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. So today we're going to cover tutoring. But what is tutoring? Tutoring is helping somebody else, whether it's a student in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, or even in some cases, helping adults that are in a career or training for a job and they need assistance with getting the requirements met. Tutoring is sharing your knowledge and assisting somebody else with learning that knowledge. Like I said, doesn't matter in what education level it is, tutoring is sharing your knowledge and assisting somebody to learn that particular topic or skill. And It can be on math, science, history, language, computer arts, visual arts, audio arts, anything. Just about anything can be done through a tutor because it's not only doing just the standard what you would expect in elementary, middle school, or high school when it comes to tutoring, or even college for that matter, of bookwork. Yes, it may include that, but it's not strictly limited to bookwork. It can be a number of different things. For instance, you may not consider it yourself, but music lessons. If you're somebody that's learning guitar, drums, piano, or any other instrument, you go to somebody for classes. Now, that person might say it's classes, but at the same time, it's still tutoring because tutoring is helping somebody else. Whether you're the instructor or not, you're still helping somebody learn that craft or that skill. And where can you do tutoring services? Well, you can do it a number of different ways. Most commonly, it's somebody that offers it in your neighborhood, maybe in the newspaper or want ads, or in some cases, there's grocery stores that have little pin boards out in front that will allow you to fill out a little card, put it up on their board, and then somebody that's interested can take a little tab off of it with your contact information and get a hold of you directly. You can do it on Craigslist for your area or surrounding area near you. That way you have a broader reach in your community there. You can also go on to Fiverr, Rev, Upwork, and list it on there as well as a seller. That way you have a broader scope of reach there, because not only will you be able to reach those specifically in your area that you might be able to advertise to, but you can also reach people around the world that may need that help as well. And going through one of those services gives you a little bit more capability of reaching people worldwide. Now, in other instances, you can list tutoring on your Facebook business profile. You can list it in a blog or on a website you might have. You can put it on a cardboard flyer and stick it to a telephone pole in your area. There are a number of different ways that you can offer tutoring. I myself have done tutoring in the past. When I was in high school, I used a tutor, and I also tutored on different subjects like history and math. Those were some of my favorite topics back when I was in school. And not only were those two of my favorite topics in school, but AV was one of my favorite classes of all time. And that's why I do so many different videos here on YouTube, because I have been a content creator for over 20 years. So I would actually share my knowledge that I learned in high school with other students who were content creators that didn't take AV class. And AV class is audio and visual, for those of you who are going, what the hell is AV? And we did video production and audio production. That way, if we wanted to do a school podcast or radio station, we had that knowledge. We also did the school news. We covered all of the sporting events. You name it, we covered it, including the weather. And I would share my knowledge from class with other students who were not in that class to be able to help them create the videos and audio projects that they wanted to do outside of school. Now, I'm not saying that tutoring is something that will make you a lot of money, but you can make a decent amount of money depending on whatever topic it is that you're going to cover for tutoring, on how many students or clients you're going to take on, and how often you're going to work with them. If you are working with children or teenagers, you do have to remember that your pricing is not going towards the student themselves, but to the parents. So you do have to keep in mind of whatever client type you are working with depends on how affordable or expensive it may be. If you're teaching somebody that's in elementary school, middle school, or high school, it's going to be the parents that are paying for it. And parents don't have a whole lot of money, especially with this whole situation we're all in with CV-19. And with everybody dealing with homeschooling on Zoom or Meet or whatever platform your district is using, it can be difficult for them to afford a lot at this moment with the way that the shutdowns have had everybody cooped up in the house or not at work. Now, if you're doing college students or those in the professional field for careers or jobs that need assistance with learning a skill or knowledge of a particular platform or way of doing things within the business, you can have a little bit more of a incentive for your pricing to make it more affordable for them, or you can also make it a little bit more expensive to be able to limit on how many clients you have depending on the topic. As I said, there are a number of different platforms you can use to market your tutoring business. You can also do any of the other previous videos that I've mentioned to help offset that, so that way you have multiple streams of income. And that is something I highly recommend, is the more ways that you can have multiple income streams, the more likelihood of a higher income rate per month you'll be able to bring home. Now, for instance, if you're going to be a tutor and we'll say hypothetically you're charging $10 an hour and you only do 2 or 3 students at an hour per day for a week. Okay, well, that's 3 students at $10 an hour, so that's $30 an hour roughly. And then you calculate for 5 business days. Now, it may not seem like it, but you're making $30 an hour for those 3 students for 5 days. That's not bad. You're making a fair amount of money. And then if you go and you add on top of that affiliate marketing, for instance, and you have an Amazon influencer or associates set up to where you're marketing their products on their site and you're making, we'll say, $100 or more a week in commission. Not saying that you're going to, but hypothetically, if you are, that means you're making a few $100s a month from affiliate marketing, plus being able to make a couple $100s a month or more from tutoring. There are a number of different ways that you can offset the amount of loss that you're not getting. You know, for some businesses, they have a setup like Fiverr or Rev where they take a small portion of the income that you have set up for their fees. And if you're set up with a secondary income source, you'll be able to offset that little chunk that those platforms might be taking, and you're getting more in return because now you've got multiple income streams. And as I've shown here in the videos and in the live streams, there's 100 different ideas for you to be able to work from home and online to be able to subsidize whatever income you want to make. If you're somebody that is on disability like myself, whether it's SSI or SSDI, you're on a fixed income. And in which case, if you want to get off of that income, you can have 3, 4, or 5 of these different setups going at one time and having those different income streams and bypass what you're already getting from the government. Eventually, this will be enough income to be able to do whatever you want and get off of the disability and have your own business. And I'm hoping to have a CPA on here in the near future to have them answer some questions about the ins and outs of the taxes and everything else. Some people will tell you to do taxes quarterly. Some people tell you just to wait and do it at the end of the year. So I'm hoping to have somebody on here soon to be able to answer some of these questions to better help you understand the process in which you may want to operate with your multiple income streams. This way, you know what to look forward to and what you might want to avoid. But as I've mentioned, there are a number of ways for you to be able to market tutoring, whether it's online or offline. And there's multiple ways that you can make income at whatever pay scale you want to go with, whether you're doing children that are in school, elementary, middle, or high school, then you have students that are in college, and then you have those that are in the professional fields that may need your assistance as well. So hopefully some of this information has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, by all means, please feel free to drop them into the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching this on the replay. If there is a topic that I've covered already in the past and you have questions about any of those, go ahead and drop those in as well. If there is a topic that you would like me to cover in the future or prioritize for the future, please feel free to let me know and I will bump those up. You can also check the link in the description below. I have a link there for a free PDF download of 100 different ways for you to be able to work from home and online. And those are all going to be what I am covering over the next few months. Some of them have already been covered in season 2, and this is season 3, and we're doing a deeper dive into some of them. So by all means, if you have questions, comments, feel free to let me know. So hopefully you got some value from today's live stream. Greatly appreciate you joining me today. I hope that you have a good week. Stay safe, stay warm, and enjoy that summer weather. And I will see you in the next live stream on Monday. I am also going to begin doing 2 topics per week for the video. That way we're not sitting here for like the next 10 months doing deep dives. I'm going to increase the length of the videos just a tad bit and cover a little bit more on the topics. I don't want to keep you an hour per video, so that's why I'm not doing the 5 different ways or 10 different ways per video, but we are going to up them to 2 to 3 ways per video just to get them out there quicker and give you the information you need. So hopefully you will enjoy those. And I'd like to thank you once again for joining me here on Consult Blind Guy. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a member of the consulting crew, thank you again for joining me. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video.